Good evening, it's Jones Tours Podcast. We're back again, and this evening we are going to be talking about eating in Disney's California Adventure, or California Adventure, or whatever they're calling it at the moment. Darling.
Okay, so what we thought we'd do today is we're not going to do sort of a full-on rating review of having fine dining or sitting down for long periods. We're going to do a review of what we enjoy eating in the park for people that are on the go, want to get as much out of the day as possible on a limited time because we're coming a long way from England. So we've only got so many days to do what we want and then leave. And there's certain things we've really enjoyed or found have enhanced our experience in the park.
Yes.
So we've got a top 5 based on that criteria.
So without further ado.
So I'm going to pronounce it wrong again. Is it Ghirardelli's?
Ghirardelli's.
Ghirardelli's Soda Fountain and Chocolate Shop, I think it is, will be my number 5. And the reason that's my number 5 is I really enjoy sitting there with my family, having an ice cream and milkshake, just chilling out. You've got that little semi-shaded area down the side street there between going from one part of the park to the other. I just find it a pleasant experience. It isn't chocolate, you can buy it for us at home. I love San Francisco. It reminds me of that because we go to a similar place in San Francisco and I always buy some chocolate when I've been there. So for me, it's a pleasant stop, quite a nice varied menu I think. All kinds of things you can choose from sundaes and sodas and everything else. But we've had some really nice times and shared some very happy memories. Just stopping off and letting the world go past you for a bit. So that's my number 5.
Okie dokie. So for me, my number 5 would be Flo's V8 Cafe. We had a spectacular breakfast there. I think it was last year. Completely unexpected because Flo's V8, we walk past and we think, it's a diner. Yeah. And you think, okay. And we nipped in for breakfast and we went in, ordered some bits, we had some eggs, we had some bacon, we had some waffles, maple syrup, bits and pieces, usual American breakfast fare. But it was really well served.
After credit that, I didn't have usual American fare. I had what the Diz Unplugged recommended that you have there, which I think was...
is this my number 5 or your number 5?
It's yours.
Oh,
it was bananas
is it on
in
your
a
list?
syrup. No, I wish it was now. Bananas in a syrup, and I think it was French toast. It was an unusual breakfast, and we had it, and they recommended that you start with the view, so you can see Radiator Springs, which is my favourite ride, if you've seen that podcast, and we had a room with a view, if you like, a seat with a view, and a different kind of breakfast to your regular. You had the regular, I think.
It just stands up as something we really remember as being something particularly special, which isn't normal for us. Like we've said before, us in Disney, food really doesn't. It just doesn't do it for us, seemingly. But that one breakfast, really good, highly recommended, reasonably priced as well, as I remember.
It was.
And there we go, so mine's Flo's V8 Cafe. So can I skip down to my number 4?
Yeah, you may.
So now I'm going to double step you now.
Right.
So it's a Carthay Circle Lounge for me. Again, we went last year, had beautiful drinks, really nicely prepared. Mixed drinks, well drinks, they had beers on tap, they had some fantastic, some really, really top-notch stuff. And I remember the lady who served us, I can't remember her name unfortunately, she was outstanding. There was a good choice of food. We had just some appetizers, sat at the bar. Absolutely lovely. Highly, highly recommended. Top food, top drinks, really good.
Okay, well my number 4 is the Al Fresco Lounge in the Golden Vine Winery. I am partial to a drop or two of Chardonnay, shall we say, certainly of the Californian variety. That whole little area, I mean I picked that part of it, but I think that whole stretch there, if I could be allowed to sort of combine it, we've had really good Italian food there on our own and then with our daughter. And we've had many happier times sitting, getting some of the cheese plate, a glass of wine. Again, for us, we've gone there when we've gone in of an evening. So before maybe watching World of Colour or something like that, sitting, letting the world go past, looking at all the lights on the sun wheel, Mickey's sun wheel, seeing the night time magic appear in Grand Californian Adventure and having, in fact, Californian Adventure. I
was wondering where you were going with that then.
And enjoying a lovely chilled glass of Chardonnay from me There's also a variety of beers, but you don't get a great deal with the cheese plate, but you get enough, and some biscuits and a few grapes and things. It's quite a nice little thing, a little bit of an appetizer, something that I think I particularly enjoy. So that'd be my...
You skipping down to number 2?
Ooh. Well, that was only my number 4. My number 3
Oh, number 3.
will be the Pacific Wharf Cafe with the sourdough bowls.
At number 3?
Yeah, because...
People have been divorced over less, you know.
It was a tough... My 3 and 2...
It's not tough. It's,
My 3 and 2 is very difficult. You know you sway me and I might have to put it up at 2.
No, you've already thrown it in number 3. Go on.
I'd put it at 3, not 2, because the time of day when I go there, I'm having water or some sort of soft drink. You've always gone off and found the illuminating cup that says you're drinking beer.
Well, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it?
We always have the same thing. We always have a sourdough bowl. I have the corn chowder in it. I have that every single time. I've been having that since the park opened.
No.
And I have never not had one on going in if it's been lunchtime. It's just not happened. So I'm not really taking advantage of all the other places to eat because I have to go and have that. I love it that much. So now you're thinking, why is that not your number 1? But I love it. And I remember when we first had our daughter there, and she was only 9 months old, and we got her the special children's meal, and we got that. And then she was like, "Ooh, what's that, Mummy and Daddy?" And she, we gave her a bit.
That wasn't when she was 9 months old. It might have been when she was a little older. At 9 months old, she wasn't. It was the year after when she demolished all ours.
Well, she ate all ours, didn't have their own kids. But yeah, probably was the 18 months. She probably had a little taste at 9 months though, because she was.
Oh, she had a taste at 9 months.
But the year
after. I
after.
think she looked forward to it the year after because she just ate everything.
She ate out. And we were like, well, where's our food? Because she'd got her own little Disney kids thing, and she just ate it. And we just love it, don't we? And wish we could get something like that in the UK, but it doesn't exist. You keep saying you're going to have a go at it. But love it. My reason I had it lower down was, for me, although I love it from a food point of view, from an atmosphere point of view, apart from when the mariachi band come over, that's pretty cool. I'm normally quite hot, I've sat there, I'm hot, I'm drinking my water, I'm eating that, and I'm thinking about my next ride, and it's kind of like, can we get a seat anywhere? There's other parts of the park where I'm going and I'm more like, and I'm not there, although I do like those food bowls very much.
Oh, well, fair enough. Well, for me, I'm going to have a cheeky one. It's the World of Colour dessert package.
That's too cheeky.
That's cheeky. Well, Helen booked this for us last time we went. And
oh my word.
I suppose there's almost a whole podcast to do about the difference in concepts of pricing between England and America. And the idea of paying that much money for a piece of cake and a drink, you just...
You've been a bit fair, you got more than one piece of cake. And you did get cheese and biscuits as well. And we did have alcoholic beverages.
Yes.
And illuminating...
And we got the cup. But the point is, I think, was it $80?
I don't know. I can't say how much it was.
I mean, we should have done a little bit of research in first, but I do remember it being very expensive. However, you got to have front row.
Superb.
No, not front row, but preferred premier seating for the best Sonne Lumiere, as the French would call it. A show of water and light and music, great food, great drinks, fabulous view. We didn't have to wait 6 hours like we have in the past. None of this fast pass nonsense.
Well, we've had other
just went
packages,
up,
haven't we,
sat
for
down,
World of Colour.
great food, brilliant drinks, saw the show, absolutely world class.
If I can interject on that, in the past we've had the with the special World of Colour bags picking up like the picnic box thing, so that you get a preferred area.
Yes.
Now, in comparison from that to what you got with the dessert package, it was worth to me, goodness knows how much more. You know, that the other one wasn't cheap if you're looking at value for money, but for me, you got so much more because you actually had a seat. Yeah. You actually were there, you were immersed in it. I don't think it was as expensive as you said. I might be proved wrong. And on the next one, I think the next one we're doing is our favourite things in downtown Disney to eat. So tune in for that one.
We
because
need
we'll
an
have a
additional
prize.
podcast, which is working out all the conversations, arguments, and bits and pieces that we've missed out from the other
No.
ones.
I would recommend, and I would do it again
Yes.
without a shadow of a doubt.
Top banana.
Okay,
Number
well, that's
two,
number
sweetie?
two. Number two for me is the Cove Bar, and it isn't because I think it's not the food I prefer. If they had the sourdough bowls were in the Cove Bar, then we're on a winner. I love the Cove Bar because I normally get, to be fair, sometimes a little bit of me time, a little bit of mummy time within a very busy, hectic time in the park. Because my two tend to want to go off again on California Screaming. If I've probably done it once and that's me, I'm quite happy to go, get a seat in the Cove Bar, looking around me at a land of beauty and awe and sunshine and happiness, and a lovely, beverage of my choice, which can be alcoholic, in the Cove Bar, and served in a glass and not in a neon plastic I'm drinking alcohol. You've got nice seats, you're in a nice position, it's got a nice atmosphere to it, very much a holiday atmosphere. We've had the nachos there, they're really good. We've tried some other bits and pieces, and they've been very nice. And I like the atmosphere there, I like the vibe. You always get chatting with people and it's got a nice bar in the middle. You can have a bit of a queue for it sometimes, but no, I do like it there. And they always give Isabel really good cocktails, non-alcoholic mocktails, and you might
Not
have...
a word that exists in England.
No, it isn't. And you have cute ice cubes in and things that light up. So we tend to, it's a time just sort of to take a breather and go, within a very busy, hectic day, and it's somewhere I really like.
My number two?
Yeah.
There are days in your life which completely change the kind of person you're going to be for very different reasons, and the kind of things you're going to do in your life. And I remember 2001 being in Disney's California Adventure and going to the Sonoma Terrace. It has had various names over its time and been different. It's done different types of food. It's been a buffet. It's done pre-packed sandwiches. They've had a deli set up there. But the fundamental idea of selling wine by the glass that you can choose, I don't think has really changed. And I distinctly remember that day being in there and thinking, Robert who? Mondavi? Who? Robert Mondavi. I know that they went in with Disney to set up originally. And we tried, for the first time, Mondavi's Chardonnay. That set a fire under us for the appreciation of, not American wine I suppose, but particularly from the Napa region. And so we've had holidays since where we've gone to Napa and we've done the tours, we've done the bits and pieces.
We've got the glasses to prove
We've
it.
got the glasses to prove it.
And
We had a very enjoyable afternoon in Mondavi with and the guy who hosted us was Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, he was indeed.
He was Jeff Goldblum.
It was him.
He had the mannerisms, he had the whole bit. He was
brilliant.
Jeff Goldblum and showed us all these wines. But anyway, I digress. Since then, I've tried Opus One there, which was $1,200 a bottle. Love to have a bottle of that, and just a thimbleful was stupidly expensive. Glorious wine though. So Sonoma Terrace just brings back the idea. It's like the Italian dream. Sit out, beautiful terrace, got nice bread, nice wine, nice cheese, nice meat. Just
We like it early evening, don't we? When it's not too hot, the sun's gone down.
Yeah.
And the lights are on, the candles, that effect. That's our time.
Absolute glorious place. So Sonoma Terrace, rock and roll with me.
Is that your number two?
That's my number two.
Okay.
Because there can only be one thing at number one.
Yeah, the Cafe Circle. And again, we cannot comment on the restaurant because we've never eaten in it. We've never sort of had enough time to go and sit and eat.
No.
That's, at the time of day we would want to do that. There've never been reservations available, so we've left the park to do that somewhere else. But to be fair, I love the lounge bar there so much. It puts me off going in the restaurant because if I could only do one or the other on one trip, I love that bar lounge so much. We've been several times. We've been on a date there when we sat at the bar, as you were referring to, which was great fun. And we've also
Julie wasn't with us. Yeah, we have to point out here.
I said we're on a date.
Yes,
and we sat at the bar, just the two of us. And we've been in there with Isabel and sat Again, at sort of side they have like mini bar, tabletop, high tables with stools, which she thought was really cool. And the service was just as good as when we were sat at the bar. Really, really, really liked it. If Isabel was here now, she'd say the ice cream macaroons. And she adores those, and they are delicious. I really like the tacos, a little bit spicy, but they were awesome. And we've had in there, there was something similar, was it chicken and skewers or something like that?
Chicken quesadillas.
Never had anything bad to eat there, and we've been there quite a few times, and it's quite a new find for us. Thanks again to Dids Unplugged.
It's not been built that long, don't forget though, because it wasn't in DCA as we knew it.
No, it wasn't. But when it first opened, we didn't go in because we were like,
you couldn't get a reservation.
We couldn't get reservations, but we also were too busy. We haven't got time to go and sit inside somewhere in a bar. But the aircon, now that is a difference. There we do tend to bob in. The difference between Disneyland and California Adventure is we will hang out for lunch because, as I said, we prefer the food there.
Yes.
So eating in there, getting out of the heat of the day with the aircon in a lovely lounge bar. Love it. Great drinks, great choices of wine, great things for the kids. Again, mocktails, lovely food, fantastic service. Beautiful surroundings. Has a little bit of a Club 33 feel to it if you've not had the opportunity to go to Club 33. We very luckily have, but it gives you that kind of vibe. Great choice of hat.
There's
so
a reason
that is my number one. Okay.
And now mine?
In California Adventure.
Boudin Bakery, sourdough balls. I doff my cap. There is food that's been constructed in the world which is good. And there's the sourdough balls. And as I said in the Disneyland one, just a mesmeric combination of the greatest flavours, the crunchy bread, the gold outside and the soft inside, and the corn chowder and the mix of you got the hammy bacon corn, you got bits, you got pieces.
You've had the meat one as well, haven't you? Did you?
I have. Yeah, I have. Well, I think
it's spicy. Is it jambalaya or something? In
yeah. Which is very, very good.
We know which one
but
we
the corn
prefer.
chowder's better. When you reviewed it earlier, you were good, but I reckon there was insufficient eulogisation. Not two words you often find strung together. We do a lot of recommending on this podcast.
If you've never had one,
go
and have one today.
Because they're just brilliant.
And there's a novelty. Maybe it isn't such a novelty if you come from California or you're American. For us, we had never seen food served in bread before. It just doesn't happen in this country. So, we thought, oh my word. And then the lid on and then you eat the bread with it. Doesn't happen. You never see it anywhere. Actually, that's an idea for business.
I'm sure the other thing you could do with it, and I think one of the podcast guys has mentioned it, the idea of don't get the filling, just buy the bread.
Yeah.
And you could just tear chunks off it and eat it all day long. You've got beautiful fresh bread.
Oh, it's beautiful, the bread.
Which you just go through. And like we said earlier, when Isabel was young, she demolished ours. We had to buy more.
We did.
And it takes a full sourdough bowl filled with the beautiful soup in the middle. It takes some eating. And she just wiped them out. She was only this big.
And the thing is, that's great to love, there isn't. Because I wouldn't let you eat my sourdough bowl and you wouldn't let me eat yours.
I will let you know.
And she ate the sourdough bowl and we were like, she's eating the bowl, just leave our bowl alone, leave it alone. You're like, no, it's a child, she needs to eat. Yeah. And fantastic.
Yeah. Well, one of the great, these, I think if we had a Disney top 5, everything. If you had a top 5 of every...
Well, we should do that.
Yeah, good idea for a podcast.
Do that.
Every experience, every ride, everything, every this, every that, every the other. The top 5 things that we experience in Disney. Sourdough balls.
We'll do that.
Sourdough
I'll be
balls
in there.
would be...
In the top 5 for me too. Okay, so, time to go.
Singing birds and sourdough balls. What's not to like?
What does the Queen Mother say?
As the Queen Mother says, tinkety tonk all fruit and down with the Nazis. We will see you again soon.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.